welcome back to another video. I hope you are all doing well. It feels like forever since I last picked up the camera, so I do apologise, but there actually hasn't been any sort of house renovation going on over the past week or so. It has been my birthday, so that's kind of taken up a lot of time. We've seen a lot of family and we've seen a few friends, so yeah, it's been nice to kind of have a bit of time away from actually doing stuff in the house, but it has made me a million times more stressed to get stuff done. As you can probably see behind me, I have actually whitewashed the walls, which I did yesterday. I didn't film any of that, but I have picked up the camera today so I can show you what we've managed to get done. Although since I last picked up the camera, it really hasn't been much at all. That's why I've not filmed. So yeah, I'm hoping that over the next couple of weeks there'll be a lot more progress. We've had the radiators delivered this morning, which is brilliant. And also we've had the mouldings delivered for the panelling that's going on the walls, and tomorrow the dado rails are coming as well for the panelling. So I feel like there's a lot of progress that's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks, which is really exciting. So hopefully I'll have more sort of interesting content to film for you. With regards to what we're working on next, obviously we're trying to get the hallway stairs and landing all done. Sam is currently working on the cupboard under the stairs. If you'd watched my previous video, you would have seen him knocking a lot of that out. So he's just kind of preparing everything down there ready for building like the cupboards and storage and stuff. So he did manage to get a little bit done last night. But today's the first day I picked up the camera, so yeah, I do apologise, but I don't want to be posting boring content, and obviously over the past week we've done nothing house renovation wise, so yeah, it's been quite boring in that respect. But on the other hand, I did have a really lovely birthday. It was so nice to see my whole family, obviously on different days, and Sam's family as well. I pretty much saw all of them, so yeah, it was just nice to have a bit of a catch up. But I have had one too many takeaways, so this week has been a bit of like a detox week. We are currently on Wednesday, so we've got the rest of the week to get cracked on and get stuff done. We didn't actually do anything on Monday, but why was that? I can't fully remember. I think it was just getting stuff ordered, which is a never-ending process. We have actually got to get the stairs all ordered, so I think by this weekend we should hopefully have that sort of finalised and ready for ordering, which is exciting. But yeah, up here there's not really a lot to show you other than the messy whitewash that I've put all around here. I have stopped here purely for the fact that I didn't want to sort of get any ladders and lean up against here, but all of like this up here has been done. Now up here the ceiling hasn't been done, and that's only because whitewash can be quite messy and I didn't want to get them on the doors, so I'm going to leave that one to Sam, but he's happy to get that bit done. But yeah, so that's up here, and the difference is unbelievable, like what a bit of whitewash can do. It really brightens up the space. And then downstairs into the absolute chaos, we have had delivered some MDF boards ready for the under the stairs, which I'll show you in a second. More wood down here to kind of build everything out, and then more wood. There's just wood everywhere. And then here is where Sam managed to get a bit done last night. So this is the base which the MDF board's going to kind of sit on top of, and then he's put like this wood up the side here, and we're going to be splitting it into kind of 4 sections. Sam has put the lines in the back there so you can kind of see what's going to be put here, but I think this bit here is going to be for Sam's golf clubs, so they are out of the way, and his golf trainers and bits and bobs will probably go in here. And then because there's quite a big space at the top here, I think we're going to be putting things like welly boots and stuff that are taller, and hopefully utilise that space a little bit more. And then in these ones, they're all just going to be long shelves from back to front, and then our trainers and shoes and boots and all that sort of stuff can just go in each cupboard. And I have got my candle making the stuff, which I'll probably dedicate that bottom cupboard there to just kind of putting everything out of the way. So yeah, here, just imagine that there'll be some cupboards that'll be here with handles and stuff, but obviously Oscar's looking forward to it, aren't you? And Sam's. Yeah, aren't you? It's been a while since we've seen you. Yeah, you're a good boy, aren't you? He needs a haircut, like, look. So do you. She's getting one next week. Look at the fluff. Look at the fluff. Please ignore the state of me because I am actually sweating. I don't know why I've still got this hoodie on, but I have managed to get some more of the walls whitewashed. As you can see here, there's a bit of a difference. This hasn't fully dried yet, so it will dry lighter. But for the time being, I've just quickly gone over this in between clients. It is very rushed, but it's only a whitewash, so it doesn't matter. That does need sanding and repainting there. And then I've done all up here. The only bit I haven't done is cut around the edges because Sam said he'll go round and do where I can't reach. As you can see, I've tried to go here and no further. So yeah, I've managed to get all this done, and there's certain areas that I've had to go over with the brush because it's just not taking. And then I've done this part here and then this bit down here. Definitely not as much as what I got done yesterday, but it is a lot of progress still. And this part here, I don't know why, but it's just not taking properly. So I'm hoping that maybe a second coat of whitewash and that will look okay. But yeah, Sam this evening has actually said that he's going to get this bit all plastered around here. As I mentioned in the previous video, the corners there are rounded, so he's gonna sort of corner them off at a right angle and then get that bit done on this side. I don't know if I've actually mentioned, but we have got our spotlights in down here, which are in working order. They just haven't got the circle cap bits on. Obviously that's not going to focus, but yeah, that's probably a bit better. You can see it a little bit more. And then the other place that he's going to get plastered is all round this area here and down the side here. So yeah, I think there'll be a bit more progress that will happen over this evening. I have got a client in the gym, so I won't be able to film Sam doing any of that, but I will show you afterwards what he manages to get done. Oh gosh, why I'm out of breath I do not know, but the reason why I picked up the camera as well is because I've got some samples I need to put on the wall, and I'm going to put it in the exact same place that I put the last ones. I don't know if you can remember. If you watch any of my previous videos, you will have seen that I've had quite a few on here for the bedrooms, but this is now for the hallway, landing, which is at the top here, and the stairs. So the bottom half is going to be white paneling, and then the top half is going to be a certain colour. Now I'm not sure what colour. The ones that I have picked up recently are from Dulux, so I've got summer linen and I've also got nutmeg whites. So in the bedrooms, they are a bit of a darker beige colour, and I don't really want it to be as dark out here. So I'm going to try these out on the wall and see what they look like. Sam was like, now it's whitewashed, you may as well just try a couple of samples. I have got more downstairs, so I very may well go and get those, but I thought I'd give these a try because I have seen them on Pinterest and on Instagram as well, where people have said where they've got their paint from. But obviously pictures are very different to what they do in real life, obviously different lighting and stuff, but I thought with the light coming through this window, here would be the perfect place, although it feels like I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing. So I'm going to go in with the summer linen. This can be a bit of a pain to try and squeeze out. Handy, but see what this looks like. I will obviously do a couple of coats, so so I can get the full effect. This spotlight lighting is not doing me any favours, so please do ignore my shiny forehead. But I've just got back from the office and I thought I'd show you the plastering work that Sam managed to get done last night. He ended up finishing like gone 10 PM, so I was busy sort of helping him clear up after my clients had left. So it was quite a late night last night, but he managed to get done around the kitchen door, which you can see behind me, and then in front of me he's managed to get the inner front door, like around that area, all done as well. He is happy to have gotten rid of like the rounded edges, so nice crisp sort of corners now. And he is so delighted because he's not got any more plastering work to do now until we move into the lounge, so he is pleased about that, and I am more than happy about that as well, because that means that there's less dust and dirt. If you've ever had plastering work done before, you'll know how much of a mess it makes. Like down here is ridiculous, and because obviously the hallway, stairs and landing is such a high traffic area, it's been the absolute worst. So I'm pleased that that's all done now. I think this evening Sam's going to get some more of the cupboard work done, so I'll try and film a little bit of him doing that. I think I am going to try and help him as well. And be a bit more useful. It's quite difficult of an evening, obviously in and around clients I'm busy, and also we have to eat, and we don't tend to just order takeaways all the time, so I do prioritise cooking so that we actually get a substantial meal in. And from the past week of having like takeaways and stuff through birthdays, seeing family and friends and stuff, it's been a lot. So yeah, I do have to prioritise that this evening, but I thought I'd show you around here and stop waffling on. So this is where Sam has managed to get done, and then we did also have the radiators delivered yesterday, which is brilliant. So the smallest one is going to be on the landing. There wasn't actually a radiator there in the first place, but we're going to add one in because we found that it was quite cold upstairs, especially at night, so that'll be brilliant. And then the second one up is for here, in the hallway, which is a slightly bigger radiator, and there was one there before, so obviously we're just replacing old with new. And then this big one here is going into the lounge. So all of our radiators are 2-column, but for the lounge we've gone with a 3-column radiator, just so that we could get it a bit more narrower and a bit more dense for the heat, as opposed to wider and thinner. So yeah, really happy with those. And then the camera did actually cut off on me whilst I was midway through putting some paint samples on the walls, and I really thought that one of these colours would be the one, but I'm just not 100% sure. So we've got 2 colours here. They're both Dulux ones. This one on the left here is Nutmeg White, and this one on the right here is Summer Linen. I do think that this one is a bit more on the pinkier side, and this one here is quite yellow. Very similar to Magnolia, which if you like Magnolia, then I've got nothing against it. It's just not the kind of colour that I wanted to have for the hallway, landing and stairs. I kind of want to go for like a colour that's a bit more greyish beige. So either a greeny sort of beigey undertone or a grey beigey undertone, but something that's light and not too dark. So yeah, there's so many different paint samples. I'm going through this paint saga yet again, but I am going to add to this collection until I find the right one. Now I have got in front of me here another Dulux one, which is just walnut. I did put this on here originally. If you'd have seen in previous videos the big selection of colours that I had on the wall here, this was on there, and it was a bit more on this sort of purpley side, but I just want to see what it looks like again, and especially more closer to the window. The only thing is, these Dulux samples are brilliant for when you first want to use them, but I've come to try and put it on again, and obviously the roller's gone solid, so I think I'm just going to have to take it off, get a paintbrush and brush it on. So I think I might do that this evening. And then I've actually ordered some paint samples from Crown. Now I never in a million years would think to order paint samples from them. I don't really tend to see them a lot, like when I'm in B&Q, but when we went to Sam's parents' house, Sam's mum had like a few, like the paper card samples just around her house, and I was like, where did you get those from? And she just ordered them off of the Crown website, so I've done that today. I think there were like 5 of them for £3.99, so fingers crossed they get delivered quite quickly, and then I can sort of add even more to this collection on the wall here. So I look forward to seeing what those colours look like. Now, from what we did previously with the main bedroom, is we just took the colour sample that we liked into B&Q and then got it mixed up in a totally different paint. So we will probably end up doing that again with like the Crown paint if we decided to go for that. Just to save us a bit more money. I've had the dado rails delivered today, which is fabulous. So now we've got the mouldings and the dado rail, it means that Sam can get cracked on and start the panelling soon. Obviously we've got to finish whitewashing everywhere, but we've got to wait for those 2 walls to be obviously dried out first before we end up whitewashing those. So I think we're going to get everywhere else whitewashed. Obviously the ceiling still needs to be done up here, and then the other wall and stuff downstairs needs to be done, although we've got 10 MDF boards in front of the longest wall, so I don't really know where those boards are going to go, or whether Sam's just going to build the cupboard, use as much up as he can, and then that will free up that wall space. But yeah, my mind is going 100 miles an hour at the moment, and Sam is ringing me. Be right back. Sorry about that. I actually can't remember what the last thing I was talking about was, because I feel like I'm just absolutely rambling on about so much stuff. But the dado rail that we ordered was from Skirting World. I will probably show you what that looks like in a little while, but the company are really great. I had a phone call today from the guy who was delivering it, saying how long he would be, and he left it here because I wasn't at home, so thanks to him for that. And also the mouldings got delivered yesterday as well. I wasn't expecting that to arrive so quickly, but it did. Originally we bought the mouldings which we've got in the main bedroom from Build World, but they don't seem to supply the same moulding anymore, which I don't know why, but I found another company that sold like 24 of them as a bulk, which has saved so much money. So if I can try and find the link to where we got that moulding from, I will tag that down below and show you what that looks like as well for anybody that's interested. But yeah, it's all systems go again, so I'm starting to feel a little bit more positive now that we've got sort of restarted again, because obviously over the past week of not doing a lot, I was kind of saying to Sam, like, are we ever going to get this done? So I know that the deadline for Christmas has been delayed to January, just for the pure fact that we've got a lot going on outside of house renovation as well. So we are going away in a couple of weeks, so that's taking up some time. I will be pleased to have paint on the walls and the staircase ordered this weekend, and just feel like we're actually getting somewhere, because obviously with all the plastering work, things just take so long. It all has to sort of like dry and stuff, so it's not like we're painting over the top of the walls that were already here. So I just need to keep reminding myself that these things just take time. I hope that you can see this well enough among all the other wood that we seem to have collected here, but this is the moulding that we've decided to go for the hallway, landing and stairs to make up the rectangles. We have got this in the main bedroom in that rectangular shape, and we absolutely love it, so I'll show you that in a second for anybody that hasn't seen any of my previous videos. And then with regards to the dado rail, we have opted for something like this. Not quite as thick as what we've got in the bedroom, but it's absolutely perfect for what I want it for. It is actually quite thick, feels like good quality, and we ordered quite a few of the, I think it's like 4.2 meters, so literally starts from here and comes all the way to the end here. So we got this unprimed in the end, because I know when we've ordered from there before, we've ordered primed, but we thought we'd save ourselves a bit of money because we have got quite a few here that we are going to get through. So yeah, super happy with that, and I'll tag them down below. This is what the panelling looks like in place for anybody that's interested. Now I don't know if this is going to go in and out of focus, so I'm going to try and not move the camera around too much, but just as an example, this is what it looks like, and it'll be pretty much the same kind of layout for going up and down the stairs. However, they're just not going to be as long as obviously these ones, because this is just a feature wall, and obviously in here the dado rail is a lot bigger. Today is Friday and you're probably wondering where the content is from last night, but truthfully Sam ended up finishing work quite late, well, later than expected, and there was no point in starting any understairs work, so he just went round all of the doors, so the outside of the bedrooms and in the hallway, around the kitchen door and around the lounge door as well, just to kind of fill it out ready for putting the frames on. So there was no point in filming that whatsoever. He was just nail gunning bits of wood to the door frame. So yeah, I do apologise for that. This week's video has been awful. I am aware that all I have done is just stand or sit and talk to you guys, but I just wanted to give you an update. Obviously there was no video last week, so I wanted to get at least something out there so that you can see where we're up to at the moment, and over the next week there will be a lot more going on, so I do promise for more content. It's just difficult when there's not really a lot going on. It's quite boring. With regards to our plans over the weekend, I am working tomorrow. I do finish at 1 o'clock, so when I get back there's a lot of like housework that I need to get cracked on with, and also instead of golfing, Sam is also working, so he won't be finished earlier like me. He'll probably be finished sort of around 4 or 5 o'clock ish, and we have got a meal booked which will be really, really lovely. Since my birthday it's kind of been a bit hectic, so we thought we'd just book a meal, just us two, just to kind of spend a little bit of time together, which will be really nice. And then Sunday is going to be a day dedicated to the house, getting a lot done. I'm really going to get stuck in. I think I might get some walls whitewashed, and I can say what I think Sam's going to do, but whenever he says he's going to do something, he'll come through the door and say he's doing something totally different. So I don't know what he'll be doing, but please do look out for the next video where hopefully we'll have more progress happening.